why don't we jump into our second big topic of the day, which is, of course, that Activision Blizzard just keeps on making this problem worse. So if you weren't around last week, there has been a slew of accusations against Activision Blizzard about sexist treatment of employees. Yeah, I guess that's a lot of it. Harassment. One incident even allegedly went as far as an employee committing suicide on a work trip with a superior who was in a sexual relationship with them, and something untoward was evidently happening there. This is all, I believe, we haven't confirmed 100% what,
No.
this individual's, reason, what the motivation was to take her own life. But it's clear from the volume of accusations that there's at least smoke here.
It needs to be looked into, and the state of California is going after them for it and looking into it, and that's good because, yeah, like you were saying with the whole
there's a lot of smoke, but
yeah,
there's a ton more that has happened in the last week. So Luke, why don't you run us through it?
So this is we have another topic in a moment that's more about what was revealed last week, just some details that we didn't quite have. What we're going to currently talk about is things that have happened since then. In response to a lawsuit accusing the firm of subjecting employees to constant sexual harassment, including groping, comments, and advances in the workplace, Activision Blizzard has hired the renowned union-busting firm, WilmerHale, to review the company's policies. Ian Hazzikostas, game director at World of Warcraft, previously worked at the law firm. He was an associate in the litigation department. That would have been quite a while ago. Other clients that WilmerHale has represented over the years include Swiss banks accused of profiting from the Holocaust, and firms such as Siemens AG and Krupp AG accused of exploiting forced laborers during the Nazi era. The work with Activision Blizzard will be led by WilmerHale partner Stephanie Avakian, hopefully I'm saying that right, previously serving as Securities and Exchange Commission's enforcement director during the Trump administration. This comes alongside Activision Blizzard CEO Bobby Kotick saying that the company's initial response was tone deaf. And his idea was to bring in a union-busting firm because that's not tone deaf. Fantastic.
Yep. When you lawyer up, that's usually because you have absolutely nothing to hide. And when you lawyer up with people who have just a reputation of defending indefensible things, then that's usually, I must
have missed this note too, but one of their most recent customers was Amazon. When Amazon was trying to union bust, WilmerHale. Cool. So, yeah, very, very cool.
Classy even.
Yeah. Bobby Kotick is definitely on the side of the employees here, definitely making sure that they are taken care of first, and is very concerned about all the things that are happening there and is not just concerned about union busting. Little note about sarcasm again. Moving on, more details about the Cosby suite. I didn't really go into this last week because I didn't have a lot of details about it, and it didn't make a ton of sense to me, the details that I did have. More details have come out, and it's just super weird. I
think it's worse because immediately when I heard Cosby suite, I was like, that sounds terrible. And I think this picture is worth 1,000 words here. This is on Kotaku.com.
Some notes. I'm gonna throw a lot of stuff out here because there's been a lot said in defense of this situation, and there's been a lot said against this situation. So one thing is that photo and a lot of the details that we have are from 2013. He had been accused many times by that point, but it had not gotten through.
It wasn't Me Too yet.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes. So it was not a huge thing at that point in time, but it was a thing. It's not that it wasn't a thing. Some people have been like, "Oh, it wasn't a problem." It was a problem. It just wasn't as blown up as it currently is. During BlizzCon specifically, Alex Afrasiabi, we mentioned him last week, ran something called the Cosby Suite. Claims have been made that the name came from the room resembling Cosby's ugly sweater that he's pictured with in the photo and is somewhat known for wearing. They said that there was either a rug in the room or the room just looked like that or something. The walls are just like white. There's nothing in the room that really resembles an ugly sweater, so none of that really makes a lot of sense. There's eyewitness accounts of this, and there's literally photos that the walls are just like white. Afrasiabi would hit on female employees. These notes are specifically at BlizzCon, but we're pretty sure this happens just like all the time. Afrasiabi would hit on female, yes, allegedly, would hit on female employees, telling them that he wanted to marry them, attempting to kiss them, putting his arms around them, etc. That's employees again. So they're at BlizzCon. They're not just courting fans. They're courting maybe fans, but also definitely employees, allegedly. There's screenshots leaked from a group chat centered around the room called BlizzCon Cosby Crew.
I've been showing these.
Have a rather interesting discussion, which I'm sure you can read on screen. We do podcast stuff, but I don't really want to say it all. So
yeah, that's fine. They've seen it all at this point. I've been going through as you've been talking.
Yeah. Okay. In one image procured by Kotaku, a group of women are sitting on a bed in the room with Cosby's portrait. So this is not shown in the article. I'm not 100% sure why. Maybe they weren't fully wearing clothes. I'm not certain. One woman appears to have a hand on another's breast, which is cheered on by men in the comments, according to images. Two sources with knowledge of Afrasiabi's alleged predatory behavior shared these various photos, and the Facebook comments, because screenshots of like the group chat saying those things were posted to Facebook. So it's not like this stuff was tried to be kept private. This was like shared with his friends and potentially family. It is quoted by a source that it was such a boys' club that creating something like the Cosby Suite was seen as like funny. It's interesting. One employee there, Cossack, you can see the names in the screenshot. Is definitely a part of it. Comments on Facebook with hashtag cause approved and a bunch of other stuff. However, this is where like things are kind of going every direction, which is not surprising in this situation. Yeah. However, one source told Kotaku that Cossack, the same guy engaging in some of this behavior, was one of the few people who intervened in the past when another Blizzard developer was sexually harassing them. So he also came to the defense of things.
Okay.
Yeah.
Doesn't look good. Now, Neocortex posts in the Floatplane chat, look, even the guilty and downright vile humans need representation in court. Defense attorneys don't need to like their clients, just defend them. And that's a fair point. But if you go straight to the firm that is known for defending vile human beings and the indefensible, it just says a little something about how good you think your case is. You can find good representation that doesn't have a track record for, getting monsters off the hook, for example. When you go for a certain style of lawyer, you choose a lawyer or you choose a law firm based on what their specialty is. And if their specialty is winning unwinnable cases, there's going to be a premium. And if you didn't think your case was unwinnable, you wouldn't want to be paying that premium. Do you guys kind of understand what I mean by that? Another thing, Achal made an excellent point in the Floatplane chat. Maybe they're using this firm because no one else wanted to represent them. And why do you think that might be? So it's this sort of this inference that you can make when someone is represented by a certain type of firm or a certain type of lawyer. Birds of a feather, I guess, is the expression that sort of best sums this up. Cardinal says Linus has no idea what he is talking about. He has never even come close to hiring attorneys at this level. There's nothing wrong with Wilmer Hale. If you want to win a case, I'm not saying there's anything wrong with it. I'm just saying that the type of firm that you hire says a lot about you. That's all.